Hey, what's up, everybody? Big Dog coming at you from Winners Only Betting. Here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. NFL is finally here. Before I even continue, push that like button. This is your chance. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to do this all season long. It's going to be great. First slate, Thursday, September 7th, 8 o'clock. We have the Detroit Lions facing the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champions. They did it again. I don't think they'll do it again this year. But anyway, it's a conversation for another day. Detroit, 6.5. Yeah, I'm all over Detroit, man. At this point, uh, spread wise, covering 6.5 to these Lions, who already showed us last year, when they faced the Eagles week one, that they're gonna come out shooting, and they've improved. Give me the Lions and the Chiefs. They don't cover. They were one of the worst covering teams last season, and I don't think that they got any better in the areas they need to cover more spreads. So, yeah, definitely going with the Lions in this one to cover their 6.5. As far as the money line goes, I'm on the Chiefs side. Chiefs have proven that they know how to win games. Week one. Like I said, I don't expect them to cover that spread. Maybe a field goal here, win by a field goal, or even 4 points. But yeah, I think the Chiefs would escape in the last minutes of the game. As far as the over 54.5, that's a lot of points. But if you're going to give me the option here, I'm gonna have to go with over. Um, I think we're looking at a game that can go 30 plus points each side. I think that's the type of game that we're going to see here. Neither defense is going to impress enough to hold down the other side. I think it's just going to be a full-out war, and a lot of points are going to be scored here. So, yeah, give me the 54.5 on two great offenses with two mediocre defenses. Next game on the slate, we have the 49ers visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers underdogs by plus 2.5, and I'm on the Steelers side. I'm on the Steelers side. I mean, I don't care who the Niners have as quarterback week one. They're not going to be ready. The Steelers defense is just, it's on another level. And now their offense is catching up to that defense and Kenny Pickett and all the guys that they have out there. I'm expecting a big year from Kenny. We already know what Mike Tomlin does. And I got the Steelers on the money line here. The Niners, if they come out and win this game, would I be surprised? No. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't. And give me the under. These are two defensive teams first. And that's not an insult to their offense. It's just really a compliment to how strong their defense is. And offensively, they're great teams. But I think this is going to go down to a field goal. And if you didn't know it already, I love home dogs. Anytime I see home dogs, if it makes sense, I'm on their side. So yeah, give me the Steelers covering the 2.5 money line and under 40.5. We got the Panthers going to ATL, face the Atlanta Falcons. I'm on the Falcons side here. I'm just really not impressed on what I've seen from the Panthers so far in the preseason and the offensive line. I think they're going to have trouble scoring, hence the under 40 pick. I'm not excited about laying 3.5 with the Falcons, but I do think that they're going to cover that here. I think the Falcons have a path to scoring a couple times here, and the Panthers are going to have a hard time scoring. So for that reason, I think that the Falcons can cover the spread. Obviously, I like a money line a lot, and under 40. Bryce Young is going to take some time. He's a rookie quarterback. I don't think we're going to see a lot of scoring from them. They're going to struggle out of the gate and maybe close out better. I think that they'll close out strong, but right now, Falcons made a lot of upgrades. They really, really did. And I think we're going to see a lot better of a Falcons team than what people are expecting. So count on them to cover a lot of spreads this year, especially as underdogs. I can't wait. I'm going to be taking them. But right here, I'll lay the 3.5 money line and on the 40 points here on this one. All right, we have here, I think, our biggest spread of the day. The Texans are visiting the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are favored by -10. This line was -9.5 for a while. Jumped up another 0.5, -10 at this point. Money line on the Ravens right now is -480, and that's 480. That's a lot of juice. And the over/under is at 44. I got the Ravens -10 just because they have to do it. They have to blow out this team. They have to make a statement. I'm not excited about it. That's a lot of points. But it's either going to be a blowout win or it's not, and I think that it is. I think the Texans are still going to put up some fights this year, but here in this matchup, I don't think it's a good spot for them with everything that the Ravens have going on, and the upgrades that they've made, and Lamar being in there. It's just too much at home. If the Texans were home, I might look at this differently. I'm not excited about C.J. Stroud, not yet anyway. I think he's going to be good, but he's not there yet. I do lean the under 44 just because I don't think that the Houston Texans are going to be able to put up a lot of points. Both teams have good defenses. I'm not expecting a lot of points in this game from the Texans side. Probably 20-something points from the Ravens. I could see like a 27-10 type of game. And yeah, that's just not going to cut it. So I like the under here. I like the Ravens to cover the 10 points to win money line. And I have the Ravens on a couple parlays for our premium picks. Don't forget, those are on our Discord. That's where we post all of our premium picks for our subscribers. But the link is free. Jump on there. We give free picks all the time. Take advantage of that. So, yeah, give me the Ravens here across the board on in this spot. Next game on the slate, we have the Cincinnati Bengals going to face the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland is a home underdog, divisional underdog, by +2.5. Divisional underdogs are like 15-1 against the spread in the past 16 times that was measured. I'm taking them all day long. And let me say this. I was on the Brown side before Burrows got hurt. And if you just look up some statistical data, Burrows does not play the Browns well. They have his number. And I've ignored it in the past and fell victim to the stats that are telling me that the Browns beat the Bengals, especially when Burrows is playing. But anyway, here in this matchup, give me the Browns all day long, +2.5. I got them on the money line. I think the Browns are going to flat out win this game. Deshaun Watson is going to show people that he's Deshaun Watson. The Browns have a lot of pieces on both sides of the ball. And 47.5 points. That's a lot of points for two teams that I think are going to play good defense. I'll take advantage of that points and give me the under 47.5 as well. Next matchup on the slate, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield, the one and only, heading to Minnesota to play the Vikings. The Vikings are favored by 6. And the over and under is set at 45.5. I'm on the Bucs side here to cover. Not because I really like anything the Bucs are doing. The best thing I could say about them right now, they got a great defense. They got a couple players out there, Mike Evans, and some other guys. But I don't think they're going to really do much this year, especially not with Baker out there. But I have them covering the spread, which I changed my mind, by the way, because The Vikings really were just not good at covering any spreads last year. They were just winning all these last minute games. I was just not impressed. So I looked last year. I don't remember the exact number, but the amount of games that the Vikings won by 6 or more points was like 2. It's a really low number. And here, opening day, with the Bucs trying to prove that they still can compete, even though that Brady's gone, I'm not trusting the Vikings to cover a 6-point spread. I'm really just not. As far as the money line, I'm picking the Vikings. I think the Vikings showed us last year that although their defense is not going to help them at all to cover any spreads, their offense is explosive enough to win games. They're lucky enough. They got Justin Jefferson, arguably the best wide receiver in the league. Their Kirk Cousin, say what you may about him, especially in prime time, but the guy knows how to win games. So I'm going with the Vikings here to win this game and not cover the spread, win by a field goal or less. And I'm going to go with the over. I'm not really confident in it because I don't think that the Bucs are going to be a really high-scoring team. But with the secondary like the Vikings, I think that the Bucs are going to be able to sneak in a couple touchdowns and some field goals and really keep this one close and score at least 20 points. And that's all they're going to need to get the over here on this one, because I know the Vikings are definitely going to score 25 points, over 25 points. So, yeah, I got the over, Vikings money line, and the Bucs covering the spread in this game. Okay, so everybody repeat after me. Sam Howell is really good. Guys, this year we're stacked with a lot of quarterbacks with high expectations. Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, Desmond Ridder, and I am not hearing this guy's name enough. Sam Howell has shown us some really good things in the preseason. And I didn't watch him much in college, but everything that I've been hearing about him is also good on that front. So I don't think it's a fluke. We'll see if it is. The Commanders have a lot of pieces there that he has to work with. They got a decent defense. They got a good head coach. I think that this line is properly set, and I'm hammering the points. I'm taking the Commanders -7. The Cardinals are going to be the worst team in the league, and I made a couple mistakes last year, not trusting some heavy lines where I'm like, oh, the underdog got to cover. But a bad team is a bad team. And in a couple cases, especially when the favorite is at home, the visiting underdog gets blown out because they're just not good. And that's the situation here with the Cardinals. I could go on and on and on, but I mean, they got nothing. Some defense, but even then, they're not going to stop the Commanders from scoring. So, yeah, I got the Commanders -7. And just in case for the haters, I did not jump on the Sam Howell train after they beat the Ravens 24-game winning streak, after they beat them while they were on that streak and killed the streak. I had predicted that would happen because of Sam Howell. So I've been on that ship before then, and I was right. I was right that he would make a difference in that game. So, yeah, I think that they're going to be a team that all year long, if I see the Commanders with plus points, I'm probably going to take them if it's anything over a field goal. The Commanders, to me, are that team that are going to cover a lot of spread because Vegas is going to take a while to adjust to their performance. I'm thinking the same with the Falcons, and there's a couple other teams like that. But the Commanders, to me, I'm going to be looking out for them this year early and hammering them on the points, especially when they're taking points. So obviously I like a money line. 38.5, that's a really low number. I'm going to take the bait and play the over because even though I don't think the Cardinals are going to do much, I think that the Commanders will. And you only need a little bit of offense from the Cardinals to go over this 38.5. So, yeah, I'm going to take the bait. I'm going over 38.5, Commanders money line, and they're going to cover the 7 points here in this game. We got the next game on the slate, the Titans visiting the New Orleans Saints. Saints favored by 3 points, over and under 41.5. I'll be honest with you guys. This is one of the toughest games on this slate to call for me. I could see this game going any way, either way, man. Really, like, you got the Titans and Mike Vrabel, who, I mean, you can never count him out. The guy's just a genius. I think they signed Hopkins, right? If I'm not mistaken. They got Henry. They find ways to win. That's who the Titans are. At a minimum to keep the game close. The Saints, there's a lot of hype. Derek Carr, he looks good. Is he the guy who's going to come in here and solve all their problems? I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so. And but they are a good team. So I don't know. I don't like this game. I'm not going to touch it. It's not going to be on any of my tickets. But I'm here to do a job, so I'm just going to go with the Titans. I'm going to go with the Saints to find a way to win this game. And these teams are not high-scoring teams, under 41.5. Next game up, unlike the last game on the slate, I actually really like the Jaguars here. The Colts, to me, are going to be one of the worst teams in the league right now. Anthony Richardson, a lot of people are high on him. I'm not saying he can't be good. I just don't think that right now, coming out of the gate, he's going to compete at that high level. He has some things to work around. And in the preseason, I wasn't really impressed. So, Jags are a really good team with a quarterback who has figured it out and a team who continues to improve year after year, and a great head coach. I'll take the Jags minus 4.5. I'm definitely taking the money line. Something I did not like, this 45.5. I could see that going either way. They could score, could be a close game and they'll score enough points, or Jazz can blow out the Colts and they don't do much. So I'm going to go with my gut here, play the over. I'm expecting maybe Colts to have a rough first half, second half, try to get a backdoor cover. I don't think that they will, but I think that they'll fight hard second half, trying to figure things out and make this a closer game and take us over that 45. So, yeah, give me the Jags and the over. Next game, we have the LA Rams going to Seattle. Seattle favorite at minus 4.5, over and under 47.5. I'm with Seattle. I think they're going to win this game. I actually really wanted to put them to cover the spread. But, I mean, the Rams really do still have their big three in Stafford, Kupp, and Aaron Donald. The problem with the Rams is that they lost just about everybody else. And they're in rebuild mode. But here in this spot, I think the Seahawks will get the win. The Seahawks, on the other hand, are a team that is up and coming and getting better, and looking to improve. In different areas. So, I like where the Seahawks are headed. I like what Geno Smith is doing. They just need to continue improving that defense because their offense is going to score, and they have plenty of weapons. So, I'll take that. Give me the over. Because I don't like the Seahawks defense, I think the Rams are going to score. I think it's going to be a close game. They're going to fight to the end. I got over 47.5 is my pick, and obviously sprinkling a little bit on the money line here with the Seahawks in this one. All right, next game, we have the Eagles. Recently in the Super Bowl, lost to the Chiefs, going to New England to face the Patriots. Eagles are still favored, minus 3.5. Over and under set at 45. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, this game is a tough game. You know, you could see I got the Eagles covering, I got them winning, and I got the over. However, I like to pay attention to line movement, and I recommend you do the same. The Patriots were at plus 4.5. I think that's where they opened up at. And they're now down to plus 3.5. That means a lot of money's coming in on the Patriots. And if you believe in Super Bowl hangovers, well, this could be a good spot to pick the Patriots. I don't have the guts to do it. I'm going to be a bit of a coward here. I don't got the guts to bet against the Eagles, man. They're a really, really good team from top to bottom on both sides of the ball, and they're only getting better. So I'm not going to do it, but I'm telling you, don't listen to me. There's a lot of reasons why you should be on the Patriots side. I'm not doing it. Give me the Eagles, money line, and it's going to be a fight to the finish. I got the over 45. Next game up, we got the Las Vegas Raiders and Jimmy Garoppolo going to the Denver Broncos Stadium. I'm telling you, man, I am not believing in the Broncos till I see a good amount of games where they look different. If anybody saw any Bronco football last year, you would have seen some really bad football games. And I get it. Sean Payton is there. He's completely changed everything. I get the narrative. I'll tell you what, I believe the narrative. But I don't believe it yet. I think they're going to take some adjusting. I'm not going to sit here and lay any points with the Broncos, let alone 4. The Raiders last year demonstrated that they're going to fight. I mean, they're going to fight. And Jimmy G's a winner. And you got plenty of pieces around him there to win some games. I think people are way too low on the Raiders. I don't think they're going to come out here, win a division or a Super Bowl or anything like that. But I do think that they're going to beat the Broncos. So I got the Raiders plus 4, money line. And give me the under, as the Broncos defense is pretty good. Next game on the slate, we got the Packers going to Chicago to play the Bears. Bears favorite at 1, over and under 43.5. Okay, remember we talked about line movement? The Packers, for a good while, were plus 2.5, and that has dropped all the way down to basically a pick 'em. Money's coming in on the Packers. I imagine it's because of what they did in the preseason. The best compliment I had for them was their defense. They had a really good defense last year, and they got that new running back. I forgot his name. He looked pretty good, and we're going to see a big running game there. And then you got the Bears, who I think will continue to take steps forward. They added a couple pieces, and there's a lot of hype on them, and I think it's reasonable to an extent. I don't think they're going to win no Super Bowl. I sure don't think they're going to win their division. But I think they're going to win some games. And against teams like this, the Packers, who still have a lot of work to be done, they lost a lot of players last year. I'm on the Bears side. Give me the Bears, money line. I'm happy the line dropped, but be careful. There's line movement. Always comes back to bite you. There could be reasons that I'm not aware of that the Packers could win this game, but I'll take them on the money line and give me the under 43.5 for. Next game on the slate, I think we got a real fun one here. This is going to be a great game to watch. I see the score changing back and forth over and over again. Dolphins 2.5 point underdogs facing the LA Chargers. Over and under set at 50.5. Let me tell you something. I'm on the Miami train. You're gonna hear that all season long. I'm on this train. These guys are good. Unless Tua gets hurt, they're good. They're good, and they keep making upgrades to improve in the areas that they need to. They have an awesome head coach. The Chargers probably don't have the same caliber of head coach, but they got a really good team as well. I think this is going to be a great game. I do think Miami is going to edge them out at the end. I'm on the Miami train. They're going to cover the 2.5. I think they win outright on the last possession. I think it's going to come down to the wire. This game will be decided after the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter. And I'm calling a ton of points. I mean, it is capable that both these guys score 30-plus points. Over 50 and a half, book it. Great game to watch nonetheless. But give me the Dolphins here in this one. Next game, you got the Dallas Cowboys, loved by so many people, coming in to New Jersey, Secaucus, New Jersey, to play the New York Giants. I'm from Jersey, guys, if you didn't know. I'm a Giants fan. I'm probably biased here. But I will tell you what. I'll tell you the facts. Facts are, the Cowboys have had the Giants number for a while. However, home dogs, divisional home dogs, are 15-1 against the spread. We talked about that earlier today. I think the Giants definitely cover this game. You got Darren Waller over there, who's also going to make a big difference and just another great weapon for Daniel Jones. I think it's going to be a brawl, and it's going to come down to the last minute. And I love me some G-men. I'm sorry. And Dak's probably going to throw 2 interceptions in this game. Give me the Giants covering the spread, money line, and I'm going to go with the over just because I think it's going to be a battle all the way to the last possession, and we're going to see some points. I got the Giants in this one. Let's go, G-men. Let's do it. Last game on the slate, and it's going to be a good one. You cannot miss this game. And I think it's on Monday night, Labor Day. Oh, we will be watching this game. Bills, favored, 2.5. Going to play the Jets. Over and under 46.5. Let me tell you something. I really like the Bills. I'm not a Bills fan, but ever since they lost to Mahomes, after they had beat him but still lost, because they beat him twice in that game and still lost, because Mahomes is just on another level. I have this feeling in me like I want them to do well, okay? So that is my feeling on the Bills. I want them to break their curse or whatever you want to call it. All right. The Jets. You guys know what's going on with the Jets and Hard Knocks and Aaron Rodgers and everything. And this is hard, man. I want the Bills to win. I got a money line. I think they're going to pull it off. They really are just a solid team from top to bottom, and they don't got to really work things out. They are who they are, and they're good. But we talked about divisional dogs, right? Give me the Jets to keep it close, under on these two defenses. Some final words before we close out. Don't forget, support the channel. Like, subscribe if you're new. We're going to be doing these videos every week, all season long. On the Discord, as we said, that's where everything happens. It's free to join the Discord. And then in there, you can see the different prices for the different packages that we have, offers and deals. We got a lot going on for NFL, for UFC, for NBA when it gets here. We even give out free MLB picks for anybody that's subscribed to get picks for any other sports. Hit us up. Follow us on Instagram, winners_only_betting. We got a lot going on, and you don't want to miss out. It's going to be a great year. And yeah, hit us up for any questions and anything you got. One pick that I gave that it's tormenting me inside is the Titans and the Saints. I know I said the Saints money line, but I don't know. There's something about those Titans, man. I'm going to go with the Titans to win outright that game. I'm changing the pick, and I'm not changing it on the video. I'm done editing for today. All right, deuces.